of things hit us completely different because we are a culture of people that kind of behavior, it has never stopped. You see, it has never stopped. So that trauma has never stopped. And so because of that, you can't help but have a conversation about it because now it's at its height and people are being mentally affected by it. And I would care to say that for Black and brown people, we've always really been mentally affected by it.
Just that.
Just that now it's yeah, but now it's kind of
the crazy.
Oh, go ahead.
Get Rachel in here, y'all. We got to get Rachel in here because make sure
we're running on her time again.
I told you when we talk about that, but we gotta keep going. But we're gonna have our days, all right?
Yeah.
Dr. Carolyn Stevens, thank you. But right now, man, we're gonna get some more knowledge through the leadership coach, the CEO, bringing those CEO nuggets and some great exercise to us too at the end too. Everybody say what's up to Rachel Gary. What's going on, Rachel?
Hey there. Hello, inductees and Dr. C. How are we today?
You got a delay.
She's on mute.
You're on mute. Get off.
I'm not
on mute.
Are you on mute?
I'm not.
She's
not good now.
All right.
Anyway, Rachel said, hey.
Hello there, National Black Radio Hall of Fame inductees and Dr. C. How are we? Get that award up there. We got to celebrate y'all before we dive into the day.
Good.
Yes. I love Rachel. Rachel's gonna always keep us on point. She always gonna keep us on point. So let me point it out. All right. We good?
Yes.
Are we good?
There we go.
We have to celebrate excellence.
We good.
I think that goes into a little bit what you guys were talking about before I got on air. When we talk about our communities, we need to celebrate when Black people are doing awesome things and when excellence is happening. Like what's up next? Oh, the Distinguished Author Guild Awards ceremony is up
it's right around the corner. Around the corner.
It's so close. It's so close that now we're talking about in 3 weeks. We will be celebrating excellence. Literally excellence.
It's a love fest. It's a love fest. We're gonna talk about that towards the end. We'll talk about it towards the end. But Rachel, I got something for you. All right.
Yes, sir. How can I help?
Now I'm beginning to dig into when we have guests on here. I got to dig. I got to get the right questions, and hopefully these questions that I ask helping everybody. Okay. So for you, what's the biggest mistake you see entrepreneurs or leaders make when they're chasing success?
I'm gonna say that's an excellent question, Greg. But I'm gonna tell you that it's not just people chasing success. The one mistake I see entrepreneurs, business owners make is thinking they can do everything themselves.
Yeah.
That is the number one thing that I see. That if you want to know why you're burned out, you have too much on your plate. You're not actually doing self-care. And self-care is being understanding of your boundaries, your limits, and not pushing those boundaries and stretching those limits. Those are things that we talk about within the CEO mastermind. And what I hope the book was good, Felice. You haven't let me know. Send me a message. Let me know how the book was. Hello there. That is the loctician extraordinaire from Kansas, about to relocate. Y'all get locked in with Amber. She is from the CEO Mastermind as well. So get locked in with excellence. That's what I'm speaking about. We want better things in our community. We must teach our kids that excellence is achievable, that excellence is the norm, and other things that they see on an everyday basis are not. So I think that's just a chime into what you guys were speaking about earlier, because I was listening.
May we go back to that question though, because I want to follow up with another question.
Come with it. I'm
Greg
ready.
asked. So you said the biggest thing you see with most entrepreneurs, whether they're chasing the dream, which that's the first mistake. Stop chasing.
Yeah.
But what do you say to an entrepreneur that has such a specialized product that they cannot give it to others? For example, I have a good friend, and I would say about 20 years ago, 15 years ago, she started making these alcohol-infused cupcakes. Now, you might say, well, those were already out there, but most alcohol-infused cupcakes, when you bake the cupcakes, the alcohol burns off. Well, she found a way to make these cupcakes, and when you bite into them, you get a shot of whatever alcohol she puts in them.
Yeah, man.
She was so afraid to bring someone in because she didn't want to give away her recipe. And so she ended up burning out. She don't even do it anymore. And I'm telling you, those cupcakes were the bomb. I'm telling you. But she's not even doing it anymore because she was so burnt out. But the biggest thing I used to tell her, you need to get somebody to help you. But then I got to give them my recipe. That's something I don't want to do. I don't want to give someone else my recipe.
NDA.
But what do you say to an entrepreneur like that? Okay,
there's a couple things.
Good question, Gina.
That was an awesome question and an awesome scenario. I'm going to give two different versions. I'm going to go deep into this. One, Mo just said an NDA. Now, I know as someone who has an NDA that you can be sued for speaking about things that are covered under the NDA.
That's right.
However, that doesn't stop people from doing it. I want to say that for the record. It does not. So the friend being cautious of her process was correct. But let me tell you where she got burned out. She didn't get burned out making cupcakes. She got burned out on everything else she was doing. Because making the cupcakes is what she loved to do. That was her circle of genius. Figuring out how to get the alcohol in there, not burning out, which means that she had a special recipe and a special agent that she put in those cupcakes to keep it from burning off. Because it's a natural thing in physics that it burns off. However, so that means she had something that she could pack. Now, on the token of burnout, it was the administrative work. It was the trying to get clients. It was the phone calls. It was all of the back office work that is burning her out. That's what you give away. She didn't have to give away. I mean, let's just say if baking was what was stressing her, then that would be different. But I would guarantee you that it was everything else, the accounting, all of those things that you have to keep up with as a business owner. Those are the things that you put processes behind and give away. So it's understanding as a business owner what to give away and what only you can do.
Okay. So how do you define success in business versus fulfillment in life? Because they're two different things, correct?
It depends on what kind of business you're in. and answer is yes, because fulfillment in life has everything to do with you being filled with yourself. That's to be honest. And success is success in anything depends on what you define as success. Is your definition of success selling 5 of your product? Is your definition of success selling hundreds of your product? Are you trying to reach millions? Whatever success looks like to you. And I'm going to give it, for instance, on the season finale of CEO Mastermind, I asked every member, what is your next goal? Every member gave a different answer. Some have very small things they were reaching. Some things have very large things. So success is definitely in the eye of the person. So that's why I want to make mention why you can't measure your life by anyone else's. Because your idea of success and someone else's idea of success are totally different. So you have to measure your life by your things in your life that bring success.
I have one more question, and this one is for Dr. Stevens. Dr. Stevens, I know you're not a medical doctor, but you can answer this as much knowledge as you can give. I know a few people that were in high corporate positions that had aneurysms. And I always wondered, is stress tied to having aneurysms?
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm developing an ebook right now that will be available this year about entrepreneurial anxiety. I can talk about it in my own life. You know, about 7 years ago, I had a small stroke, and I was perfectly healthy. But the doctor explained to me, sat down and talked to me. Well, tell me about all the things you got going on in your life. And so it was stress related. Many times when you have an aneurysm, a stroke, something that an illness, a physical illness that affects the brain, it is certainly related to being overloaded. And again, that's why I talk about management. We all experience anxiety, right? But the reason why I decided to dedicate a book and do some teaching on entrepreneurial anxiety, because our anxiety levels may look different, let's say from the mom who's at home, not that she doesn't have it, but an entrepreneurial anxiety is going to look different. So to answer your question, the answer is absolutely yes. But as the entrepreneur, as the CEO, a part of managing your business is also managing your life, managing your mental health, managing your physical health, managing your wellness. Everything is all a balancing act. A lot of times, which is why I ended up getting sick, is because when you're an entrepreneur, you're just project focused. Everything is about the project. Everything is about what you're doing. I mean, there are conversations that you can have with people who are CEOs, entrepreneurs. All they talk about is their business. No matter what you got to know when to turn it off. You got to know when to turn it off and say, hey, this is family time. You got to know when to turn it off and say, hey, this is my personal time. And that is like such a hard thing for CEOs, because sometimes you got the CEO who's always pushing, they're always selling, they're always promoting. They're promoting in their sleep, because we have been socially conditioned that we supposed to grind. And with doing that, then we become unbalanced people. Your friend's not going to tell you, and your family's not going to tell you. I did have some friends tell me, because I do therapeutic notes, right? And I had a good friend that just finally came out and said, she said, Carolyn, I don't mean no harm. We just don't want to go out on social outings with you, because every time we go out with you to try to have a good time, you talking about notes and clients. And there are lots of CEOs who do that. No matter what kind of conversation, you can't have a conversation with them without them talking about the business, without them promoting, and you have to know, hey, this is not the time I'm supposed to be selling. This is the time I'm supposed to be chilling. So because we don't have those good balances in our lives, then that's stuff starts to compile. It leads to stress, it leads to anxiety, and it leads to all kinds of physical ailments. So to your question, good question, and the answer is absolutely yes.
And it can ruin your business as well. Okay, Rachel, I want to ask you too. I want to give you this phrase that people say this all the time: discipline beats motivation. What's your take on that phrase? Discipline beats motivation.
I'm going to take a second on that. Discipline beats motivation. To me, it takes motivation to have discipline. So I would say, to me, honestly, you can be disciplined on the wrong things and motivated on the wrong things. So it really depends on how and what context is being said in. So I would have to really understand the context, because I know people use phrases all the time, but when they started using the phrase, they take it out of context. So I would have to know what context it was being used in before I could honestly give it an intelligent answer.
Okay. All right.
Well, I would think that, if you don't have discipline, but you're so motivated I would plug it back to what Dr. Stevens just said a minute ago. You're going to be burnt out. You're pushing, and you haven't disciplined yourself to de-stress, to relax. I know I go to bed at night and I'm dreaming about Dag. I'm thinking about all night long. I wake up and I'm not rested. I'm thinking about what I got to do tomorrow.
And Gina, you gonna get mad at me. Remember, I still love you. I love you for what I love you. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying.
Okay.
I love you. That's why I'm saying what I'm gonna say. Because you do a lot of it by yourself. You gotta let go of some of them pieces.
I got Dr. Stevens.
Yeah.
I got Greg. I got Mo.
Yeah, but you gotta give them more of it. If you're dreaming and you're thinking about it that much, you got too much of it on your plate. I mean, but it goes to just back to what Dr. Stevens says. The reason why we talk our business, we dream our business, we're in our business, because all we're doing all day is in the business.
Gina playing like she don't love it, she love it.
I mean, hey,
that's the reason why she's doing what she do.
I love coaching and leadership. Love having great conversations with individuals. I dislike all, and I do mean all of the administrative work. Why? What did I do? Give it away. It's why I can be happy about doing the business, because I gave away. I do not do graphics. I do not edit videos. I do not put together my stuff. Only thing I do is put together my posts, because I want the post to be authentically from my brain. Now, but let me tell you, when I do it on Sundays, I had the same conversation with the CEOs when I was talking in the mentorship. I do it all one day. I put all of my posts out. Why you're only going to hear from me at 6 a.m. to 7 a.m.? Because that's my time. You guys, you all of my friends on Facebook. When I respond to a post, it's between 6 and 7 a.m. It is not 10 o'clock at night, 5 o'clock in the evening, because I'm not on social media or during those times. You have to balance your life so you can be able to be a successful business person.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hey,
that would mean that the motivation is there, but the discipline isn't there.
Can I say something here? I wanted to say something here. This is a transparent moment. I'm gonna say it real quick. Okay, so I'm currently not dating. This is something that I've shared with Rachel in our private conversations. I'm currently not dating.
Well, now the whole world
I think
knows.
one day she asked me, "Well, Dr.
Great."
But yep, now the whole world knows. So I think she might have asked me, "Well, Dr. Cameron, would you like to date?" And here's what I told her. And I want to share this. I feel like I want to share this with somebody. When I sat down with myself and I said, self, if there was a nice guy that came into your life, where would he fit in? Where would he really fit in to your life? The way that you have your life set up, working here, work, project. And I want to tell you, because I do believe God speaks to us. God told me, he said, what you are asking me for, you are not ready for, because you have not made yourself ready for it. You have not positioned yourself to be ready for a nice man to come in your life. And that's why a nice man has not come. And that really hit me hard, because I know there's lots of women out there that are CEO and they bossed up, and you just, from the crack of dawn to the time you go to bed, you work. But then you can do so, make lots of money, be real successful, and sacrifice so much of your personal self and your family. And that's where you got to have a hard talk with yourself, and you got to balance yourself out. So one of the things, and I shared this with Rachel in the coaching class, one of the things that I started doing was making myself go to bed early, fixing myself something to eat, cooking dinner instead of trying to order out, and making myself go to bed early. Because I thought about it, if I had a man, the time that I was going to bed, that brother would have been so frustrated, and it would not have even been fair. It wouldn't even be fair to him. Not to mention, I'd have been too tired to be having sex. So I say that, and I wanted to share own transparent story about, Rachel knows the story because she's been to, but I was honest with myself, and I stopped telling myself, grind, and all of that kind of stuff, because I do want companionship, but I wasn't a balanced CEO.
And can I want to chime in?
Balancing myself out to invite people into my.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the ironic part is that Dr. C and I we were having a private conversation. However, it spilled into information from the book, and the big part of the book itself is about the mindset. The coaching program I provide has the tools so you can grow your business, but the book is what we use as the mindset, the part that helps you grow. And in there there's a piece that talks about self-care and self-esteem and limiting beliefs, self-discipline, and all those things. And at the beginning, and it's in the beginning of the book, I think chapter 1 starts it, where everyone had to ask themselves the honest question. And it goes to, who are you looking to be? Who are you looking for? And are you ready mentally, physically, emotionally for what you're looking for in your life? So people who are looking for wealth, are you at a mindset that you're ready to accept the wealth and accept the work that goes along with it? If you're looking for a relationship, are you relationship material? And when Dr. C sat down and thought of it and went through those things, she realized that she couldn't have a companion because a companion wouldn't even have space in her life. So that is something that a lot of us we don't take the opportunity to reflect and grow ourselves. And this is why, for being burned out in business, burned out in life, not having the income you want, not having relationships that you want, that's friendship or relationships. If it all comes from the fact that you're not reflecting on what's going on in you and how you can be a better version of yourself, or the version of yourself that attracts the things that you're looking for. That's why you're not chasing things, because you will attract what is yours when you are the person that is in the place of that person that you attract, that situation that you attract, the money you attract.
That's true. And you know what? Next week, Dr. Stevens, we're going to continue this conversation, because I know I've always been good at de-stressing. Whenever things were getting next to me, I hop on a plane and go somewhere where there's sunshine and beaches. So I know how to de-stress. I would drop everything and hop on a plane.
Can you teach me?
But then as I'm getting older, there's different stresses in my life now. I'm in the back of my head daily, I'm worried about one day my mom is not going to be here. I'm worried about, one day my grandkids are going to be gone and far away. So these are the different stresses that I've picked up at an older age that I didn't have when I was younger. So I see these stresses being different in my life, and finding it a little bit harder to combat them because of what they are. Yeah, so that's a conversation I would like to have next week, so that we can talk a little bit about that, because I'm sure I'm not the only person.
Yeah, we'll do that next week. Definitely not, because it's definitely when we start thinking about our mortality and other people's mortality around us, that comes up. So I definitely going to be listening in on the first part of that show.
We got this. Okay, we're going to do that next week, man, and definitely.
That's good.
Dig more deeper, okay?
That's going to be a good conversation. That's good.
Yes.
Yeah, that's good, Gina. That's good.
Ladies, I appreciate you guys coming on here and sending us off good up here, in here. Sending us off good, because this world is terrible. This world is terrible. But
and I so appreciate you ladies. I mean, you on both ends of the spectrum, and you are really hitting on what we need to talk about.
We got 3 or 4 things that we did tonight. Okay, we talked a little politics. We got that mental health awareness. We got the business. We got relationship. Look at that, man. So we did a lot tonight. All right, definitely did a lot tonight. But the way we close out Friday is how we get our little 3-second, maybe more than 3 seconds. We get our little exercise from the leadership coach, Rachel. So, Rachel, it is time for that exercise for us.
CEOs out there.
Yes.
CEOs, as you are looking through your week of growth and development, make sure you take an opportunity to reflect on what is stressing you and the things that are going on in your life. Take the opportunity to be the best version of you by understanding who you are. And until next week, right here with the National Black Radio Hall of Fame inductees and Dr. C, who has now joined the Fire CEO Thursdays, I want you guys to be up, out, and moving to the greatness we all know lies within who?
In you.
You.
That's what we do here on Dope Living TV Live. Okay, we just try to be great. I'm gonna table that till Monday. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it up till Monday because so much stuff has happened this week, and so many things that I just sat back and looked at. Okay, I love my team. I love Dr. Carolyn. I love leadership coach Rachel. But I was looking outside of this box, and I'm like, look at all of this bullshit. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to say one curse word today. Look at all of this bullshit that's going on out here with people who I can't stand pretenders. Rachel, Dr. Carolyn, you know me well, Rachel. I cannot stand pretenders. Please, y'all, stop putting stuff out there, making it seem like y'all so goddamn. Look, this is so TV Live.
He just lost it. That's all. He lost it. He'll be all right. He'll be all right. It came out like this. Poof, poof. It's supposed to come out like this. Poof, poof.
Right. once it started coming out, he couldn't stop it.
Stop it.
Like diarrhea.
He's gonna be okay. He's gonna be okay. A lot of shit came out of his mouth just right now. He'll be all right.
Whoever it was who did it, Greg, we gotta let them be great in their atmosphere of fake glamour.
Karma's a bitch, okay? Karma's a bitch, okay? Look, if you talk about the Distinguished Officer Guild, which is happening November the 7th, okay? Theater 47, that's real. That's real. That's gonna be there. If you're talking about CEO Mastermind, that's for real. That's there. Okay.
Y'all better get your tickets, boy. Those tickets are going. Those seats are filling up. You better get.
Hold on, I ain't done. If you're talking about Dr. Carolyn Stevens, that's real. Okay. If you're trying to get some information about this music business, Mo knows this music business, that's real. Okay. Do not sit up here and tell me this bullshit about all this. Oh my God, this is Dope Living TV Live, man. We're gonna see y'all on Monday. For real. All right. Damn. Right.
It just came out like that. See? Boom, boom, boom.
It did, man. I'm so pissed off. Okay. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in.
I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Thursdays are so powerful.
Dr. Carolyn Stevens, thank you for coming on and blessing us with that information. And Rachel, as always, man, we're going out of here with a good mind. I ain't going out today.
In a bang.
We're going out here with a good mind. Okay. Again, this is Dope Living TV Live, y'all. We'll see you guys Monday. All right, peace.
Peace.